You are now listening to the Odd Valley Podcast.
Hi, welcome. We are semi on time. Hi, it's Odd Valley. I am Mochi Squeeze, and that is Jacob Jones over there.
Yep. OM Jesus. To the people who know me as that. Hello, if you do.
Yes.
What's up?
And then, but yeah, so it's nothing like last time. I was very, very, very late because I had a work thing, and I am not drunk. I'm starting off this show sober this time. Last week was a shit show. And I barely remember it. I
don't really remember most
in
of last
and
episode.
all that stuff. But anyways, let's not talk about what was the past. Welcome everybody.
Leave the past in the past.
Welcome everybody. We are well into our Halloween time podcast here for this month. Yeah, it's already the second week. We did scary movies last week, and so today we're doing ghosts.
Oh, now I can hear you better. Maybe you don't have your mic pointed at you.
Hauntings. No, it is.
Your mic pointed correctly?
Yes, see? It's pointed correctly.
Okay, maybe I need to turn up my headphone.
Maybe you need to turn up your headphone.
Oh, yeah, it was turned down a lot.
See? So,
welcome to the live show that is Odd Valley Live. It's in the title.
We are live. So if Jacob does weird things or he's acting weird because things aren't set up properly, then that's because we're live. So, but anyways,
we're live. Coming to you
as
live.
I was saying, we're doing ghosts and hauntings.
Yes.
So that's what we're doing today.
Go.
Every week we're gonna try to keep it spooky topic because it's October. So
yeah, it's not gonna be hard.
So that's what we're gonna do.
We're gonna try, but it'll be an easy thing to do.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
So let's get into it. All right.
Well, don't we have stuff?
Housekeeping? I don't have any housekeeping.
Well, we always have housekeeping. Find us on YouTube.
All I got is
we got
that I got my nails done. Spooky nails.
Oh, yeah. Why don't you show those off on the stream?
Spooky nails.
Those should show up real good.
Spooky nails.
Es spooky.
Well, the light is weird, but
Still a spookies.
Anyways, but everybody loves it. I love it. Shout out to my nail lady, Sydney from Nail Appeal. If any ladies are here in Vegas and are into nail art, she's very good. Very good.
Nail Appeal.
And it's not really expensive either. She does a really good job. But besides that, I don't really have any other housekeeping.
You don't?
No,
well, I do. I always have housekeeping.
Okay, what is your housekeeping?
This is a Nail Appeal, by the way. Let's see. Windmill, 500 East Windmill.
Yes. East Windmill.
89123. Oh, my gosh. Mm-hmm. I know that zip code. Mm-hmm. So if you want to check them out, Nail Appeal. Find us on YouTube. If you are watching us live, you don't know about our YouTube. Google Odd Valley. Okay, we don't have a fucking YouTube URL address. So
it's like a weird number, long number.
Yeah, it's super long, bro. So why don't you go ahead, find us on YouTube, follow us on there. I think if we have more followers, like 50 or something, we can get our own URL, and that's what we want. So find us on there. Also, you can listen to the show. The audio version, if you just search Odd Valley on any podcast feed. We're also on Spotify now.
I never know when he puts all of this stuff out.
Yeah, I've been kind of batching them for the audio stuff, but the video ones are getting up on YouTube every week, and I'm gonna get better about the audio ones. We'll see about that. I always say, I'm gonna do a good job, and then
I think everybody knows your MO already, Jacob.
They get them all fucking dumped, for 3 weeks in a row, all in one day. But
everybody knows how you work.
It's getting better. Okay, I have more of a system now, at least for the video shit.
Promises are lax.
I'm not promising anything, but anyway,
but you did before.
Check us out. It's true. I did promise a lot before. That's why I'm not promising now, and I'll promise you when it starts to happen. You know what I mean? So anyway. Check us out on all those things. Let people know about Odd Valley. We'd like to have you here. Also, again, if you are listening to this not live, check us out, twitch.tv/Odd Valley. It is a live show. You can be in the chat. We'll talk to you in the chat. All that fun shit. But thank you for being here. Yeah. And we're ready to drink with you. First things first, we start every episode off with a preliminary shot. Mochi Squeeze and I have not had a drop of alcohol, except for I will tell you, I did have a couple like tiny little sips of a sampler of a seltzer that was tequila based at Liquor World today.
What was it called?
I had the pop socket, which I brought into the room, and I said it's like Mama Tia or something like that. Mama
I don't
something.
care. Anything that has tequila in it, I'm done.
I tried it. It wasn't bad, but and like the lady was like, no one's been trying it in my stuff. Could I take a picture of you just holding it?
Someone said that to you, really?
The lady, yeah. She's like, I'm not really No, she was the normal like booth babe type, right?
Okay, then
no one was interested.
Okay, then I mean? But then I said, bad. I feel bad when they're old, because sometimes it's old ladies that are ugly, and then I feel really sad about it, because then I'm thinking, is it because they're ugly? But then no, apparently not, because this lady's pretty and no one was trying her shit. So.
I just don't think people are down to do that. But look, that's what got me this Elijah Craig that I'm taking a shot of right now.
But also, what place did you go? Did you go to the smaller liquor world? Yeah, see, it's
the smaller one. It's the neighborhood liquor world.
It's the neighborhood liquor world. You know what I mean? So that lady just got a bum gig.
Yeah, but I got some beer recommendations from this guy, and it's really funny. He recommended like maybe 6 different beers, and like he kept recommending more because I kept saying like, oh, I know that one. Oh yeah, I drank that one. I already had that one.
Okay.
So anyway, shout outs to Liquor World and that lady for letting me try that stuff. I forget what it's called, but maybe I'll shout him out or something.
Well, I haven't had anything, so I'm completely sober right now.
I'm mostly sober. It was like barely just a splash of those, but I didn't think they were bad. So anyway, we're starting off sober. You're starting off sober. Let's start with this shot of, well, like I said, Elijah Craig, which he's got some Jameson over there on deck as per usual. But here we go. Let's take a shot and let's get tonight started.
Okay.
I need to come up with like little shot themes for like, everything like, ooh, God, I can feel that Elijah Craig just burning. I need to come up with little stingers, you know what I mean? So I was like, oh, it's a preliminary shot. Press a button. It's like, boo, 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 boo.
Yep. Like Blue's Clues. Whenever something happens.
Yeah, what I loved about Blue's Clues is like each clue added a new instrument to the song. I always thought that was pretty cool.
So I'm going to tell everybody what the podcast is.
So hot.
So our podcast is pretty much, Odd Valley is... If you're watching us for the first time, it is a podcast about essentially loose facts of things that we semi-research.
Semi.
But mostly it's a drinking podcast. So we talk about these semi-facts that we loosely researched while we drink. And what happens is that as we go on, we get drunker, and then some of the facts start getting a little blurred and all. And then we like for you to let us know if we got them mostly right as we got drunker, or if we got them all wrong. But
look at those transitions.
We always want you guys to drink with us. So wherever you're at, if you are legal drinking age, please drink with us.
Drink with us.
And if you are underage, I can't see you, but we don't encourage it.
Just have a sip of your apple juice or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
your Mountain Dew Code Red. Take a shot of that shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Also, you probably shouldn't be watching this if you're under 18, because we put like a 18-year-old, what is it?
A restriction.
Yeah, we have a restriction on Odd Valley, 18 plus show. So if you're under 18, man, get the fuck out of here, bro. Fuck in. Get your little kid ass the fuck out of here.
Yeah. But
yeah,
with
right,
that
anyway.
being said,
I'm gonna stop yelling now.
we're gonna move on since we already did a preliminary shot. We're gonna move on to our wheel. Our wheel is
Our wheel.
wheel of misfortune named Trebek.
Oh, let's not do that.
And that is our wheel that we spin. We spin it twice. There are words written on it, and if we say any of these words throughout the podcast, then we take a sip of our drink. We drink, you drink, we all drink. Is basically
we all
what
scream
happens.
for ice
So
cream.
Jacob's gonna read the words and he's gonna spin the wheel. Or maybe I'll read the words because I wrote it and it's kind
I think this time you gotta read it.
And I wrote it really quick. I gotta adjust my lighting a little bit.
I hope you guys like these transitions because I just learned how to do that last week. So I'm like, whoa,
Nice.
swing, wing.
So anyways,
Swing.
so he's gonna put the action cam on to show the wheel.
Action cam, engage.
Okay.
Oh, there's no transition on that one.
See, so
Let's do a stinger.
there
what does
we
that
go.
do? No, wait, time out. We need to cut that one in. Let's do it. Here we go.
Here is it, cheat,
Ready?
everybody. So
Wait,
excuse
That's
me.
not even a transition, guys. What the fuck?
Excuse me.
The fuck? Let's just fade it in. There you go. Oh, look at that. That's
All right.
so cool.
So I'm gonna read the words. Jacob's gonna spin it.
All right.
So first pie slice is drink, drank, drunk. We always have that. That's a standard.
I need to watch.
Next
watch me.
will be ghost,
Okay.
poltergeist,
Yep.
spirit,
Mhm.
haunted,
Mhm.
shadow,
Okay.
orb,
Yep.
phantom,
'Kay.
and specter.
Inspector.
No, specter.
Okay.
Apparition.
All right. I had some that were supposed to be
A slash.
slashes, but you took
I
those
didn't
out.
want
so
to write
that's so
them.
Cool. You're so cool. I like that. I like the collaboration. Good job.
So that's what
All right, you guys
I
ready?
didn't
Here we
want to
go.
write
It's
them.
time to spin this wheel twice.
Because they were long words. I was like, I couldn't even fit them. That's a weak ass spin.
I know. I'm mixing it up.
Poltergeist.
Poltergeist. Okay, next one. Drink, drink, drunk. Fuck.
God.
All right, cool.
Okay,
Those are some
fine.
good words. So I'm going to type
mean,
those in the chat.
Maybe.
Words of the week.
Maybe good words. I
Drink.
don't know.
Drink.
Who knows?
Drunk.
Who knows?
Poltergeist. Okay, now from now on, anytime we say those words, you're going to hear a bell that sounds like this. Mochi Squeeze, please. That was your cue. You're cool. Every time you hear that bell, you're going to take a sip, starting now. Drink, drink, drunk,
Ooh.
poltergeist. That's 4, baby.
Why did you do 4?
Because that's all 4 words. All right, so we're going to start it off with 4 sips of your drink. Let's rock and roll.
Really? We were supposed to only do 1 each.
No, it's 1 for each. I know, but there's 4 words.
Whatever. We're not going to argue about semantics.
Can I thank you for your cooperation. One quick thing I wanted to just throw out there, especially after we've had a couple sips. Something about my mom, my dear old mama. She's not old. You know what I mean?
She is not old.
She's not old. I
So-
just mean like my dear mother.
So let me tell
My
ya.
mother. You know what? I should adjust this. But anyway, she so she was in the paper. Isn't that cool? She had a picture.
What paper?
The Review Journal.
Oh, Las Vegas Review Journal.
Yeah, so
I love them and hate them at the same time because they make me like there's a limit to how many articles I could read for free.
Yeah, I agree, dude. I'm totally absolutely
I mean, I
with
guess
you
I
there.
could just support local and pay $1, but I don't know if I want to pay $1.
Who the fuck wants to do that?
I know that makes me sound really cheap. But
Whoa, you see that? Look at these transitions.
there she is.
That was a quick thing. So
Wow.
anyway, let me explain this. A quick story time. My mom sent me a text today, and it was just I could see the wall to your left. Why don't you scoot over to your left a little, and I'll reposition your camera. You see the wall there in the corner?
Go move to my left this way.
You're right. Move to your right.
See, like this is.
I'm just saying you have all that table.
No,
you
but
need to
you
scoot
said
over.
move to your left.
Excuse me, my left. Just don't get mad at me. You know what I mean.
No, I don't know
just
what
twist
you
your,
mean.
Twist your camera.
If you do that,
You know, I feel like every time we have some sort of like some sort of edits on live on air, we should take a sip too. So let's hit the button.
No, I'm not gonna get even more.
That's the drinking game for the listeners.
I'm not gonna get even more wasted than like I'm already.
Okay, I took one, but also, you know.
So don't make me. I gotta adjust myself.
You know, we work and then we get off work and we come immediately home.
I don't want to be slouchy.
We just like
I
set
feel
up
like
and
every
fucking
time
do
I
this.
see myself, I'm either like this.
Well, don't just lift your camera up a little so you can see your head. Unless you want your titties to be like in frame, because that's fine. That's totally fine.
Are they in frame?
They are.
What does that even mean?
I'm just saying, like, either you could have your titties or you could have the top of your head. Which one you want?
I don't really care. What do you
whatever.
want?
I don't really care either. It's your camera.
It's your production. What do you want?
I'm leaving it up to you. So if you want the titties out. All right. Okay. Anyway.
It's even.
Okay. Yeah.
You make it sound dirty.
What's wrong with your titties?
Because you make it sound like it's exposed.
Okay. Now let's talk about my mom.
Okay.
After we're talking about your titties. So anyway, she texts me a picture. Me and my sister. A picture. And it's just a picture of like her at this like table, right? Like gambling table, whatever. Some sort of table game I've never seen. And I go, oh, that's cool, action shot. And then my sister goes, I don't know what she said, but she's like, oh, yeah, you look nice or something. And then basically my mom's like, no, that was from the Review Journal. So there was a convention that had just ended that was like the convention for gambling for like, you know, casinos.
Okay.
Where apparently they're like, you know, it's like, what's the one with the tech in January?
CES.
It's like CES, but for gambling, right?
Okay.
So they show off all the new games, all the new technology and stuff. And this is the picture that they put in the Review Journal showing my mother. If we're looking at the left, we have the dude with the grayish white mask, then the dude to his...
You don't have a pointer?
Right. I mean...
You have a mouse, don't you?
Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying, trying to help.
Can you see it?
A brother
okay,
out.
fine.
Yeah.
Fuck. It's just because I don't know. Like, I disable the cursor sometimes. Anyway, this is my mom. This is my mom right here. And you could see that
Is she playing?
having a good time.
Is she actually playing?
You can see this guy pointing at something and my mom going like, yeah, I see it. So anyway, I just wanted to call out my mom is now famous.
Nice.
She's in the paper.
Nice.
So read it and weep, everybody.
Nice.
Read it and weep.
At least she looks good in that
Do you
picture.
have
I mean, there are people who look fucked up.
My mom is a pretty lady. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, she is.
You know what I mean?
Everybody.
She's not a hot mess.
Everyone.
My mom
I want you to know.
isn't a hot mess.
Jacob
okay?
Jones's family. All.
Don't do this.
I'm going to do it and they all know, and they probably think I'm weird for always saying it, but I don't give a fuck. But Jacob's whole entire family is good looking. There's not one ugly person in that damn family. Like, everybody's good looking. Like, the grandparents down to the little newborn babies. All of them are all good looking. So.
Okay.
There
Cool.
you go.
Thanks. I mean, I like the endorsement.
Yeah. So if me and Jacob were to ever have babies, like, I am definitely hoping that, I mean, not that my family's bad looking. We're a good looking family too. Mm-hmm. But we're hoping that those genes go through. And we don't have an alien baby. Because I looked like an alien when I was a baby.
Oh, yeah?
I look like an alien.
I mean, you know, look, we both got, like, big head thing happening.
I know.
So if we ever had a child, that child would have a big-ass fucking head.
Yeah, I feel sorry.
So anyway, drink your drink. That's two.
But that would be sad if it had a big head and small eyes, because mine are small.
You have to hit the bell twice. That's not true, though, because I feel like I have big eyes. You just can't really see it because of the glasses.
But anyways, besides that, well, that's really cool that your mom was in the paper.
Yeah, so anyway, I was going to put that in the housekeeping earlier, but, you know, we're rocking and rolling. So anyway, thanks for being here. If you are, please bless the womb.
No.
Bless the womb.
She's really hoping that I'm gonna decide to have babies, and we'll
have a black mass for the womb. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's really.
You weren't a funny looking kid. No, honestly, look at Mochi Squeeze right now.
Okay, no.
Look at Mochi Squeeze right now.
I have to bust out. It's because the picture I showed you guys were pictures where I kind of looked fine, but there's a picture of me like laying down when I was a baby, and my mom put like little headphones on me or something. And I look gigantic. I look like a gigantic alien. Because I was like,
according to
bald.
you, but I'm just saying,
I'll bring it in one day.
Look at Mochi Squeeze right now. That's exactly what she looked like when she was a baby.
I mean, that's not
essentially
a lie.
the same face, same exact expressions.
That's also
same
not a lie.
everything, man. It's just pretty trippy. It's like, you know what I mean? You look at me as a kid and you're like, oh, that's a cute kid. And you see me now and I'm like some sort of weird, awkward thing. But I look kind of different, I think.
He looks
personally.
different. His face looks different from when he was
I also
a kid,
looked like more Mexican when I was a kid. I was more tan.
He did look more Mexican
you know what I mean?
as a kid. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I have seen
now
those
I'm
pictures.
just the whitest boy.
Yeah.
The whitest old boy.
So,
yeah.
But all right, let's move on to the scary stuff. Okay, so we're talking about ghosts and hauntings. My family has a lot of experience with that. I don't know about Jacob, but my family is a very haunted family and a very ghost-friendly family. I'm not really into that. I would hope that I would not see any ghosts in my lifetime. I've experienced some ghosts, and I'm really already scared about the experiences I've had. But
what's the word? Poltergeist? Why don't you hit the bell?
I've never experienced a poltergeist.
Those are really intense, and
thank God.
We could talk about, we'll get into that, I'm sure, but your family is very ghost sensitive.
Yeah.
But okay, so
especially my mom.
What I wanted to start with while we're more sober, right? Mm-hmm. Is our own ghost experiences, like me and you.
Okay. So I got quite a few.
I cannot wait. Let's go. All right, Mochi Squeeze.
Okay.
Engage all of your ghost stories.
My
Just
very first one that I remember is I was older. This is back in 2009 or so. Yeah. I was working at a it was like a home for the elderly, but it was like a house, like a regular house, and they were there. It was a group home. So basically it was essentially a place to make them feel as normal as possible. That's why it was a house and had bedrooms, living room, kitchen, everything, okay? And there was one time I was in there by myself because all of them go to school. So they go to an adult school. So all of the patients were gone. The staff were sent home. I was the only one there, finishing my charting and doing all that stuff. The kitchen is a big kitchen. It has tile floors. And then the chairs are heavy wood chairs. Okay? Mm-hmm. Heavy wood chairs. When everyone left, I cleaned up and I tucked all the chairs in. Okay? And the thing is with these chairs, like every time you pull them out, it makes a loud sound because it's heavy wood chairs on tile. So I tucked all the chairs in, and I know for a fact I did that because I'm very routine. Joy is a very routine person. She likes her routines.
Yeah, Mochi.
Oh, yes.
Mochi.
Even though everyone knows who I am.
Mochi.
So, Mochi is a very routine-oriented person, okay?
Who's Mochi?
So, I did that. I went into my office to finish my charting. Mm-hmm. I didn't put any music on because I didn't have my MP3 player at the time because, we didn't have smartphones really I didn't have a smartphone at that time. So,
yeah, for real.
And then so I was in there and I was charting. It was really quiet. And all of a sudden I heard like someone was moving the chair.
That was a good onomatopoeia right
okay,
there.
Someone was moving the chair. And I looked, so I was like,
skirt.
I was like, well, what the fuck was that? I looked outside and I looked in the kitchen and then none of the chairs were moved. But like, that is the sound. That is the exact sound of a chair being pushed out. And then, so then I was like, okay, I might have just heard something. I don't know. Okay. And then I go back into the office and I start to chart again. And then I hear it like chair moving.
Right.
I look outside. And then one of the chairs is slightly moved, and then I was out of there. I was like, no. I didn't finish my charting. I grabbed my bag. I just left everything on the desk. I left, and I told my boss. I said, look, don't think I'm crazy, but there is a ghost in this house, and I'm leaving right now, and I'm not gonna return until tomorrow morning, because that shit scared me, and I'm not gonna be alone in this place ever again. If you want me to keep on working here, I cannot be by myself because there is a ghost here. Luckily, my boss, she's kind of cool. She laughed and she said, okay, it's fine. You don't have to be there. Just go ahead and go home. And then, and I did. And that's what happened. And to this day, I will tell you, there was no one in that house. No one. So.
That's a creepy ass story.
And it was in daylight. So that's why now I'm still scared in daylight. Before, daylight was like my savior.
I really don't like that story whatsoever. It's pretty awful.
Yeah, it is pretty fucking awful. It is awful.
Pretty awful.
God. I mean, some of my cousins will say that I probably had a ghost experience way before that, but then it really didn't happen to me per se. It happened to my cousin.
Drink. Hit the bell. Mochi, can you not handle the bell?
So, have you had experiences? Anyone besides me? Am I the only one?
Why don't you tell me the other one? Do you not want to tell me all your stories
the other one
all
was
once?
just simple. I was at work because our clinic is haunted. The clinic I currently work at.
Right.
Because it's a clinic that we've had forever. And we had this lab manager. His name is Nigel. He passed away like a few years ago, but that was where his office was, and he worked out of there. And so every once in a while, lights will turn off, and some people will see shadows in exam room 1 and 2.
Ugh.
And we all know it's Nigel. And there was this one time I was sitting at my desk and I was like charting, and we had stacks of soda in like one of there's this little like pod with a recliner, a treatment pod. Yeah. That's kind of by my desk, and we had soda boxes stacked on there. But they were all closed, okay? There wasn't a rip in it. I put them there, and all of a sudden the soda can started shooting out of it. And like falling on the ground. Yes, like seriously, like straight out of a movie. They started shooting out of these boxes, and then I got so freaked out. But I wasn't by myself. There was another coworker there with me at the time. So and she saw it too. And I was like, "Did you just see that?" And she's like, "Yes, it's Nigel." And I said, "Fuck Nigel, Nigel! Now I have to clean all of this. Now I have to clean this whole mess that you made." So it's not. So Nigel isn't really a scary ghost because we know Nigel, so we know he's never gonna hurt us. So that wasn't a terrifying story because we know Nigel.
Right.
But I still won't stay in my clinic by myself. I won't. Yeah,
why would you?
Like, if I have to stay overtime, I make sure I leave with the last person. I'm never staying there by myself because I know. Because even though Nigel's friendly, I don't know. He could turn.
He could turn?
He
could go straight to hell.
Because what if he tries to really scare me? What if he really tries to scare me because he thinks it's funny, and then he starts messing with me, like touching me?
Yeah, but who would not want to? That's the real question.
That's the fucked up. You don't want to. Why would you want to scare someone that's already scared?
Why not?
Because that's messed up.
But if you're a ghost, isn't that just what you do?
No, why can't you do other stuff?
Because isn't that what ghosts
that's
do?
That's the only thing they do. They haunt people. That's what you're trying to tell me.
I'm just trying to say poltergeists will throw your Legos all around your house. You know what I mean? And just to fuck with you.
And then the one that was way before that's technically happened to my cousin. I mean, all of us were there, but it was when we were younger. We went to the Queen Mary, and the Queen Mary is a really haunted place. We were there. It was me and
Scaries.
my 3 cousins and my mom and my aunt, and we were all going down the escalator. And all of a sudden, the escalator went really, 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 really fast. And so my cousin got a cut on her leg. And we did see it when we were going into the car.
Right.
And then we were saying, okay, we'll just treat it when we get home. But when we got home, there was no cut anymore. But all of us saw it. All of us saw it.
You like this background?
That's funny. But that's it for my ghost stories that happened to me. That's the only experience of ghosts that I've had. What about you?
So I've really only had well, I have a haunted doll story.
I
don't think that's a ghost though. It's not a huge.
Could be a poltergeist.
That's actually a good point, and we'll explain that. But I will tell you my one one actual story.
And Cecil77 said boo.
Boo.
And that would normally scare me.
If someone just said boo?
Well, if they were hiding in a place and
There we
they
go.
did that.
How's that? We'll put this.
That wouldn't scare you?
Is this a dog or a bear behind us?
It's a dog. Stop
Okay.
fucking around.
Cool. I don't know. I like my little transitions. They're so cool. Okay, so I mean, first things first, I feel like this is a dream. I feel like I was having a dream at the time. But I was at my grandparents' house.
So you don't know if this is a real story?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I was a kid, I was at my grandparents'
How old
house.
were you?
I must have been under 10.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Little kid, grandparents' house. You've been to my grandparents' house.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 1-story on an acre land, right? Here in Vegas. And so it's just when I was a kid, was the middle of nowhere. There Boomtown, which is now known as Silverton, didn't even exist at the time. You know, so it was just desert, right? Kind of close to the I-15 coming in toward the strip. You know what I mean? If you're coming in from California, and they're off to the side there in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I mean? So it's desolate, and that was always kind of kind of creepy in its own way. But anyway, so wake up in this house. I feel like I woke up in the middle of the night, and I fucking saw there was a ghost, right? But it was a knight in chainmail. He had a sword and a shield or something, but he was just there. You know what I mean?
He didn't do anything to you?
He was in the living room. I was going to the bathroom or something, and he was in the living room, and he was like, Jacob.
He said your name.
Yeah, I remember her.
Okay.
I remember a name was being said.
You're haunted. You're haunted.
It was a ghost night. And then I, of course, got scared and ran back to my room. But it could have easily been a dream, because I don't remember if it was really, if I was fully awake or in the dream I woke up and saw the night ghost.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you the other thing. There was, and this isn't really even ghost related, I guess, but take it as you will. My grandparents had this. I don't think they have anymore, but it was a clown that you'd wind up.
Oh God, here we
It had a triangle, almost wizard style,
we all
hat.
know what those fucking creepy clowns the hats looks like. Okay.
Right. And basically almost a white dress kind of on, and little kid hands, and it was this, and you'd wind it up, and it would play a song ding 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 ding, you know, some weird song.
Mm-hmm.
And it would move like that, right? The way I was moving, this.
Okay, just don't
All right,
do that anymore. Don't fucking do that anymore.
You got it? Does it make sense?
Yes, I
Okay.
got it.
So anyway, the problem with this fucking doll is that you wouldn't wind it up for years, but then you'd go into the room it was in, and it would move. It'd be
Okay, look, no, that thing.
Every time I'd
is
be by
haunted.
that thing, no one would have touched it forever, and it would be
It's because it's
You know
haunted.
what I'm fucking saying, bro?
Or you're haunted.
Not cool. Or I was psychic. You know what I mean?
No, you're fucking haunted.
Anyway, so those are my spooky stories from my grandparents' house.
Don't like it.
I don't got any other ghost stories. I don't think my family has seen any ghosts. I know your mom.
My mom
and
is
your
very
aunt
sensitive to ghosts.
have a shit ton of ghost stories from like where they grew up.
Yeah, from like the Philippines and stuff.
And that's some scary fucking shit
but
right
those
there.
aren't really my stories to tell. But I will tell you that my mom,
Yes.
which I find, which kind of lines up with what these ghost people say. But my mom says that every time. Because my mom is like, I love my mom, but this freaks me out about her. Like, it
Can you
really,
hand me another beer,
it really
please?
freaks me out about her.
Something I haven't drank yet.
It
Ooh,
really
good one.
freaks me out about her. She says that ever since she was young, she just sees ghosts. Like, ghosts just like to show themselves to her. So that's why she's not scared anymore. She just is so used to seeing ghosts that it doesn't matter.
Nice.
Which is fucking freaky. And I'm glad I didn't get that.
You know, maybe you
And,
are sensitive to ghosts, but like you're too scared to like embrace the power.
Well, good. That is a power I don't want to embrace, okay? But
Everyone in chat, okay? Would you like, if you could see ghosts, would you be down?
no one would
you say
say
hi?
yes.
No,
Who's
would
gonna
you
say
would you
yes?
be in like would you be like, "Hey, how can I help you?
Who is gonna fucking
How
say
can I
yes?
help you, ghost?"
And you're gonna say, "How can I help you, ghost?" Are you really gonna help the ghost? What if
Can I
he
help
says
you?
something weird, like something crazy,
Like what?
oh,
What would a ghost say? That
to rest
that would be
my
crazy.
spirit, I need you to like let my brother suck your toes.
Okay.
Would you do that? Would you say that? Would you let his brother?
Hold on, wait.
Would you let
Look at this background.
the ghost brother suck your toes?
Suck my toes.
Yeah. See, would you? Would you? I doubt it.
You know what's funny? Every time I change the background, there's a weird like the internet's like.
But okay,
fucks
so what
up
I
a
was
little.
gonna say is
It's
my
really
mom.
weird.
My mom sees a lot of ghosts, but what she says that's very consistent
Ghosts?
about when she sees ghosts.
Get off my toes, you ghost! You
When-
cannot suck my fucking toes, you ghost!
I mean, a ghost will do what he wants.
Excuse me, I'm sorry for interrupting you. Drink.
But so
You know, you have the power to do
the
this
one
to me too.
consistent thing my mom says about the ghost that she sees is that she never sees their face on. It's always like
What?
the side of their face or the back.
What do you mean by face on? Like
they don't.
like they don't have a face
No, it's
on
like
their head?
she'll see them from the back or some kind. Like
Your mom's
she
hitting
won't-
ghosts from the back?
She
dude?
won't. She said that they don't ever really show their full face, like as if I'm looking at you, like right here.
So it's like distorted.
Yeah,
It's you remember that really
like a
artsy
side-
fartsy movie
It's like a
on
side one or like or backwards.
So you know that artsy fartsy
never
movie
seen
on
this.
Netflix we watched like back in the apartment days, like forever ago. It's called like a pretty lady walks around in her house and she
Yeah.
is wearing a dress or some shit like
Yeah.
that's literally the title of the film. And it's not literally, but like essentially. Anyway, the one thing that I thought was interesting as a concept from that movie was that like no one ever saw the face of the ghost like dead on. It was like every time you looked at the face, it was always like weirdly moving around or something.
Yeah.
Really distorted. That's the thing that's interesting about ghosts. Like, I don't think I've ever heard a ghost story where like anyone's seen the face of
That's
the
why
ghost.
I think my mom is legit. Like she's not trying to scare me.
Like I feel
because
like
she
it's
always tells
always
me
the
that.
figure. It's always like, oh, it was a old woman in a white dress. Right?
Like the
So you
story
can
that
see
my
that it's an
mom
old
tells
woman,
me.
but not clearly
The story
features
that my mom
of the
tells
face.
me that's scary, that always scares me, is that she told me that when she was young, there was a girl that died in her neighborhood or something, or her friend, and then the next day she saw that same girl sitting at the edge of her bed combing her
Ugh.
hair. And then she
Combing her
wasn't-
own hair?
Yeah, combing her own hair.
I was like, is she combing your mom's
And then
fucking
she wasn't,
hair? 'Cause
and my
that's
mom
not
said she
okay,
wasn't
dude.
fucking scared. She woke up, she saw her, and because she knew who she was, or that was her friend, she wasn't fucking scared.
Maybe you're
Even though
just
she knows that she died. I'd be so fucking scared.
The ending of The Sixth Sense, spoiler alert, I'm not going to tell you.
I don't know how young she was.
I'm not going to tell you the big spoiler, but I will say, like, the ending of Sixth Sense is, like, Haley Joel Osment's character, ghost sensitive. He helps out.
Oh, you didn't put the timer on.
I didn't put the timer on, everyone. We're at 40 minutes, okay?
Okay.
We're at 40 minutes, so I'll just hit the timer now. So, just do the math in your head. Haley Joel Osment accepts his gift and then is like, I'm going to help the ghosts. I'm going to help them all out. I'm the ghost man. Or I'm a ghost boy who will become a ghost man. Right? Don't you think that, like, the ghosts need you and you're just not helping the ghosts? Maybe you're too scared of the ghosts, but the ghosts need you, Mochi.
No. No.
Look at that ghost reaching out toward you, behind you right there.
No.
He's like, help me, Mochi Squeeze.
Look at my face.
Help me.
Look at my face.
Mochi.
What in my face suggests that I would help you? Like, I
Who
would
the
just,
fuck
why
do you
would
think I am?
Because then I would be one of those crazy people that are like, oh, I know this is hard to believe and don't think I'm crazy. Please don't call the cops on me. But your family member is reaching out to me saying that they want me to give you a message. I won't do that.
Every single time I do this.
I won't do that.
That's so weird. Yeah, I agree.
So...
Strange.
But we saged the house and put holy water everywhere so no ghosts could come in this house. Please
we ain't scared of no ghost. Okay. Are you done talking about stories yet? You got anything you want to, like, anything you got? Any other little tidbits before we get into some ghost research?
No.
No? Not feeling it?
I think that I've already told all my ghost stories.
Uh-huh.
That I know of.
Look, if you're watching in the chat, thanks for being here. I saw See Me Bitch in there. What's up, girl? I know that you're usually here. I appreciate you being here yet again. Hello. Let us know your ghost stories. If you can type them in the chat, we'll read it. It'll be immortalized on this episode, especially for the audio-only listeners. But for now...
Cecil is in chat.
Yes, we saw Cecil. You called him out earlier. I just didn't say see me bitch. What up, everybody? Thanks for being here. Anyway, let's get into some shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's not the right... You're not supposed to see that one. You know what I mean?
But I mean, like, tell me, do you believe ghosts are real? Do I
believe in spirits?
Like you don't.
That's not true. Okay, I feel like... Cecil says, I'd be down to see some ghosts.
Why would you want to see ghosts?
Jamie, not so much, lol.
Why would I'm with Jamie? Why would you want to see
We know who
ghosts?
Jamie is, but yeah.
That's scary.
Look, okay. Do I believe in stuff? Okay. Here's the thing about me. I'm not a religious person because I've dealt with religion throughout my life.
But why is ghosts?
Let me just spit out my little thesis statement.
Okay.
What does ghosts have to do with religion? Actually, a lot. Like, a ton of people, when they talk about ghosts, immediately just transition into, like, the religious beliefs. Because a ghost...
Because they're scared.
Of course, but it's not just that. It's just, like, to believe that a ghost is real, you also have to it feeds into what you believe. Like, for instance, if you're Christian, right? You believe that when you die, you go to heaven or hell. So the fuck is a ghost? There's no in between.
So if you saw a ghost and you were a Christian or whatever,
then you think it's a demon. Because that's your belief.
No one thinks it's a demon.
A lot of evangelists do. They believe that ghosts only exist.
So why do Catholics believe in ghosts?
Ghosts only exist to stray you from the word of God. That's why they call them demons, right? It's supposed to make you question your faith. That's what a lot of Christians believe. I am absolutely serious, and this is absolutely true. Now, Catholics are more in line with Divine Comedy. What's his name?
Dante.
Like Dante's Inferno. it's in line with limbo and shit, and like ghosts and limbo are sort of like
so
on
Christians
the same
don't believe in limbo.
No, all that shit's just like, that's all crazy. But by the way, Dante's divine poem is 100% fiction, right? It's not in the Bible, right? People say the Bible is nonfiction. The Bible is like truth, right? But like the Divine Comedy, where a lot of people get their beliefs about the afterlife, is just like something a guy named Dante, an Italian guy named
people
Dante,
get that like from the Bible.
Wrote. It's basically Bible fan fiction. That's what the Divine Comedy is.
Yeah, I know, but people get that's just because Dante was probably Catholic. What did you say?
He's Catholic.
Yeah, Dante's Catholic.
Yeah,
so
pretty sure he's Italian.
So he read that there was a heaven and hell and a limbo.
I know. He just expanded upon the beliefs of the afterlife, right? But I'm just saying, like, so like that's why I think it's easier for a Catholic mind to accept what a ghost is. Like it's a spirit that didn't choose to go to the afterlife. It's a spirit that's on this earth. Now, what I believe is that like the afterlife is unknowable until you're in it, right? It's like.
So why do you believe in ghosts?
Because like I believe in energies and I believe in the unknown, right? I just don't think it's like people really fully understand it. So like, you can't put it in a box of like a specific religious belief. But like, why does every religion have some sort of like spirit thing? And why do all people all around the world and all cultures and all beliefs all have spirit encounters?
But I don't think that that's what ghosts are. I just think ghosts are people who just choose to stay here because they don't want to move.
But that's why I'm saying that's why it's in line with your religious beliefs. Because like, for instance, if we go to Muslims, or I don't know exactly Muslims, if we go to like people who believe in like basically genies, what we call genies are actually something else. What's the word? Fucking, oh my god. It's jinn. Okay, the term jinn. I know you've heard the term jinn.
We only know it as genie.
I know that, but the term jinn refers to what, okay, you think, okay, jinn, genie, you rub a lamp, it fucking gives you 3 wishes. But actually what a jinn is, truthfully, is a spirit. It's a spirit. It's an invisible person who like is just living their life and just being a spirit on the planet, on our plane of existence, right? And like when people start fucking with the jinn is when bad stuff happens. When they try to take the jinn and trap it in a bottle, then it becomes a genie, which is like, what we associate as a genie, which is like essentially a vengeful spirit that they can harness to get their own power.
And that not real.
But I'm just saying that like every culture around the world has a different interpretation of what a spirit is, of what these ghostly encounters are, right? And that's what I'm saying, and that's what I was saying earlier about the religious beliefs.
But a jinn is made up.
It's all like, made up. It's all fucking made up.
But a jinn isn't attributed to any religion.
It is.
Which religion?
I can't tell you off the top of my head. I think it's like a Muslim thing, but it might not be. It might be more of a Indian thing, like Hindu. But I'm just saying that, like, essentially,
I feel like it's a D&D thing.
It's not a D&D thing. It's really a true cultural thing. I swear to God, dude, you're ridiculous. Listen to what I'm fucking saying. What I'm saying, Isma is what, Islam. Thank you.
It's
an Islam thing. I swear to God, a jinn is a thing. It really is a thing. But I'm just saying it's their interpretation of what a spirit is. Just like Catholics are like, oh, a ghost is like your fucking grandpa who didn't want to go to heaven, right? And it's just like, well, the jinn is like a spirit who wanted to do their own thing, right? And it's like, regardless of what you believe a spirit or ghost or whatever it is, the fact remains that everybody sees and feels these presences, or all these presences, or I don't know, is that even a word?
No, it's not. But I'm
presence
not even
of something.
in the mind to correct you to what
there's a presence of something, right? And people are doing their best to try to define that, to try to put it in a box and roll it into their religious beliefs, because religion and spiritualism is the same thing, obviously, right? It's the afterlife, right? So that's why, again, that's why I'm saying all this.
So if you essentially believe in any ghost or spirit, then you do believe in some sort of religious.
You believe in the concept of a soul at that point. And at that point, that's where I come in. That's why I'd say I'm more agnostic, because I feel like there's some shit going on.
Whoa. We're not talking about what our religious beliefs are.
No, I'm just trying to explain the fact that I think shit's going on that people don't fully understand. And they try their best to understand it, and people subscribe to, I think this is this, 1, 2, 3, ABC, right? But I think that, like, ghosts, whatever the fuck a ghost is,
they're just
is a real thing. I just don't think anyone on the planet is 100% on what it is.
It's just a thing that's here.
Yeah, it's a mystery. It's a mystery. Look, Loch Ness, right? Loch Ness, you're like, that's a dinosaur. But no, that's a fucking mystery.
I didn't say that it was a dinosaur. I didn't say it was a dinosaur.
Bigfoot, everybody's like, it's an ape, dude. But then it's like, is it? Is it? Because like,
what did you say? An ape?
Drink.
We haven't say that was
drink again.
Either,
so. Do it one more time. We haven't done this in a while. What I'm saying is that everybody thinks Bigfoot, hairy monster, blah blah blah. But it's like, but then why is when Bigfoot show up, aliens show up? But also when aliens show up, ghosts show up, and spirits and wisps. Everything is sort of connected. There's like almost like there's this layer of reality.
So are you trying to tell me that aliens are responsible for ghosts?
And Bigfoot.
Okay.
But no, I'm not really exactly saying that. I'm saying there's a weird kind of connection to all this shit. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But I'm going to digress.
You're trying to tell me that aliens are just if you're trying to tell me,
you think I'm trying to say aliens are just like
trying to fuck with human beings? Like I swear, if I run into an alien, that's a fucked up. That's a fucked up trick. The aliens are trying to play on us, trying to play on our emotions.
That's my point.
That's a fucked up, aliens.
That's my point. But this is the point I'm trying to make, is that like alien encounters,
they're rogue programs in the Matrix. See,
that's what Kate Dameron said. He also said they wear white suits and have dreads, and they have 2 knives. By the way, we got to do the Matrix trilogy watch.
Yeah, because it's gonna come out soon.
Resurrections, man. I'm ready for that. Also, Dune's coming out this month. What up? I'm excited for that. Although, get ready for a movie that kind of feels like it stops halfway in the story, because it literally is going to stop halfway in the book. Let's continue. All I'm really trying to say is that all paranormal things, as well as you could say UFOs, aliens, are kind of also paranormal. It's all kind of connected. And
is aliens paranormal? Because we already proved that the government hid that, and that's real.
Yeah, but I'm saying that like it's real, but are we 100% sure it's like a nuts and bolts like craft, or is it not? Like,
what
is it? Like an energy? Is it a fucking fairy flying around? You know what I mean? Like, we don't know. I'm saying, like, look, here's the problem with humanity, all right? It's like, okay, 200-300 years ago, some guy says something, right? The idea spreads, and then we go 300 years in the future, and now it's fact. But what about before that fucker said the thing? What about all the shit that happened before, right? Look at Egyptians. They all believed in all this shit, dead gods. They, like, did all this stuff. You don't think they weren't also seeing, like, stuff like aliens and whatever? But they weren't interpreting it as aliens. They were interpreting it as, like, Anubis and whatever the fuck.
I feel like they were interpreting it as aliens, because we did see.
Don't get into ancient aliens. None of that's proven. But I'm just saying
there
that, like,
are hieroglyphics with
look at fairies,
creatures with weird heads. I'm just saying.
Look at fairies. I'm just saying that, like, a lot of what happens in a fairy encounter in like the past.
Okay, but you're talking to the wrong person, because you know me. I believe everything could be real.
You don't know a lot of the things I know about this type of stuff.
I believe everything could be real. So
okay, by the way, it got brighter in here, but that's because this is just all of the ghost Pokemon.
There's fucking ghost Pokemon. Shut the
fuck yeah, dude. Gengar, man. Let's get lighters up for Gengar.
Shut up. But okay.
Anyway, all I'm trying to say is that all this shit's connected, and that's what I believe is that like there's energies and there's shit happening on the planet that people can't really quantify. But I digress. Poltergeist. Let's take a sip. And let's regroup.
But that's not a real thing.
Let's regroup. None of this is technically real because there's no proof of anything.
I just told you my proof.
Your proof is a story.
No, my proof
literally
that was proof to me. Proof to me that ghosts are real. Okay?
Sure. But that's what I'm saying.
Just because a ghost story
you could believe what you want to believe.
You when you were an adult doesn't mean nothing.
I'm not saying that your story of a chair moving on its own is wrong. I'm just saying you're saying it's a ghost.
How are we going to explain it?
No, I'm saying you're saying it's a ghost. Why could it not also be a Bigfoot? Why could it also not be a fucking alien who did it? Because there's no actual proof. Could you show a picture or a video of that event happening to anyone right now?
If I had a smartphone.
But I'm saying that like none of these videos have been taken. There's no true evidence. That's the problem with the paranormal, is that it can't be like captured.
What are you talking
and reproduced?
About? There is ghost hunters.
Have you watched an episode of that show?
There's ghost hunters. They have these things that like
orbs, dog. Let's go.
Okay, orbs are real. I've had pictures with orbs in it.
Yeah, it's not dust.
It's not dust.
It's not a bug.
No, it's not a bug.
Uh-huh.
But they're like sounds. They have like weird equipment.
Can we get into like a little bit of the formal information about ghosts now? You ready?
Okay, let's do it.
Wikipedia says, in folklore, a ghost is the soul or a spirit of a dead person or animal. That's important. That can appear to the living. In ghost lore, which has its own Wikipedia page. I'm going to check that out. Descriptions of ghosts vary widely from an invisible presence to a translucent or barely visible wispy shapes to realistic lifelike forms. The deliberate attempt to contact the spirit of a deceased person is known as necromancy, which is true. The definition, this is just Jacob.
I thought necromancy meant raising the dead.
Listen to what I have to say. The actual definition of necromancy is the contacting of the dead, which is absolutely true. Look it up in your Merriam-Webster.
Okay.
Look it up. Or in spiritism as a seance. Now, seance is what we now define as what was originally referred to as necromancy, right? There's actually a spell in D&D that is called Speak with the Dead, which is truly what necromancy started out like as a term when it was created. Is what it was defined as, which is literally like you go to a grave, right? Let's say it's your great grandma, right? Go to a grave, you do a necromancy spell, and then essentially you could just talk to your great grandma, just straight up. Like her ghost just appears over her gravestone, and you just have a chat with her. That's what necromancy is.
I'm scared to do that. I don't care if it's.
And you're like, hey, how's the afterlife? And she's like, it's good. And you're like, well, I mean, how's the food up there?
So that's like essentially what the movie Coco is about.
Yes, it's a movie about necromancy. True. Now, necromancy to us now is black magic to control the undead. Now, if you're to speak with the undead, that is technically controlling the undead, right? So it all kind of plays, but then it became more of like, someone who can use dark magic to bring zombies up from the ground, skeletons, whatever, ghosts, whatever. Basically, it's undead magic. That's what we know necromancy as now. But yeah, originally necromancy was just like when people wanted to speak with the dead, they would call it necromancy. Other terms associated with it are apparition, haunt, phantom, poltergeist, hit that bell, shade, specter, or specter.
Shade.
Specter is spelled with an ER or an RE.
Do we
I
even
didn't know
use
that.
that word anymore?
Spirit. I wrote that on the thing. You didn't want to put on the pie slice. Spook, wrath, demons, which is interesting, and ghouls. Now, a demon is essentially a non-human ghost. That's sort of how we see it now. Although, even deeper, a demon is like an evil hell beast, essentially, right?
That wants to do bad stuff.
Right, like, so if you go to hell when you die, assuming hell is real and everything, the demons are in hell. They're the soldiers. They're the ones that torture you. You know what I mean? That's a fucking demon. But, like, people also feel like ghosts can be demons if they're non-human ghosts. That's another definition of a demon. Interesting stuff, right?
I mean, I guess I can't say. We watched The Wailing last night, and it was about a demon.
Yeah, it was some sort of Japanese demon, like an oni. Could have been an oni or something. The belief in
and
in
also,
the existence,
we did watch Jennifer's Body.
That movie was amazing.
Which was a demon as well.
That's true. That was a demonic possession, technically. They spoiler alert, they try to sacrifice Jennifer, but she's not a virgin, and she becomes a demon.
Yeah, but
So
how? I just don't, like, we're not going to get into it.
That movie was dope.
I thought that was a weird part.
I mean, the problem is, like, every time they sacrifice someone to the devil, it's always a virgin. So, but, like, how many times has a movie explored if they're not a virgin? That's actually pretty creative stuff.
I guess. Okay, fine.
Like, you know what I mean? So I'll give it to them. They're like, oh, if you do it with a non-virgin, then a fucking demon jumps into her body and whatever.
I mean, she does even tell them.
It's true.
That she is not a virgin.
Over and over.
When she was, like, about to die.
You keep hearing it, like, before that and after that and everywhere. And then you finally actually hear that it was the truth. So anyway, that's what a ghost is. I also went to ghostsandgravestones.com to research types of ghosts.
We already...
So there you go. Let's check it out. The interactive personality. The most common of all ghosts spotted is usually of a deceased person, someone you know, a family member, or perhaps even a historical figure.
What?
These ghosts,
sometimes some people... So that doesn't even make sense already, because if people could see ghosts, they don't see people that they, like, know.
Why not? You don't see your grandma? We were just talking about Coco.
Yeah, but let's say we were talking like my mom, right? Like a real life person that could see ghosts. My mom, like, if she saw, like, when she saw people, like, ghosts on the streets, it wasn't someone that she knew. It was just like a ghost.
Yeah, but did she go to her own family's, like, gravesite? Like, mausoleum day?
No. It's like
your family?
You're just, like, walking around.
Okay.
Like in Sixth Sense. He didn't know all those people.
Sure.
He didn't.
Okay, these ghosts can be friendly or not, but often show themselves to others in a variety of ways. They can become visible, they can speak or make noises, touch you, or even emit an odor like perfume or cigar smoke.
I don't like this type of ghost.
Etc. to let you know they are there. Experts say this type of ghost retains its former personality of when they were alive and can feel emotions. And often they are visiting you to comfort you or let you know something important. Like, if your grandpa died, he appears to you, like, in that moment. Like, there's a lot of stories of that.
I told my grandparents, when my grandpa died, I specifically said, please, 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 Grandpa, do not show yourself to me. I really, 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 really will be scared. Please don't do it. But my mom said that she saw my grandpa. And we lived in the same house at that time. So thank God he listened to my prayers, because I would have freaked out. I'd have freaked out.
Cool.
But yeah.
I mean, that's scary. Yeah, it's scary stuff.
If you died before me, I wouldn't want you to show yourself.
If I die, I'm going to haunt the fuck out of you.
Don't
I
haunt
hope you know that.
Don't haunt me.
I hope you know that I'm haunting the fuck out of you.
Don't do that.
I'm going to scare the shit out of you. Because Mochi Squeeze is always like, ugh.
That's fucked up. That's
Every
fucked
time
up.
she
But
can
that's
possibly try to spook me, she does.
But that's not like.
And then I'm gonna be like,
no. If you
and
did
then
that,
I'll be like, I still love you. Okay, bye. And
if
just disappear.
you did that to me, if you died,
I'll be like this.
Oh no.
Watch this. Watch.
No.
I'm gonna have a. I'm gonna have a fade transition. I love you.
Dude, if you did that, don't do that. Don't do that.
Did you like that? That was cool.
Don't fucking do that.
I'd be like this. Fuck you.
You want me to?
Okay, bye.
Do you want me to hunt you? I'll do it. I'll just leave you alone.
Yeah, haunt me. Come on.
That's
okay.
fucked up.
Ectoplasm or ectomist? Ever seen a mist or a fog that's almost like it's swirling? If so, you may be witnessing what paranormal investigators deem as an echo mist or ghostly mist. This vaporous cloud usually appears several feet off the ground and can move swiftly or simply stay still, almost like it's orbiting. Also, ectoplasm, that's like ghost cum. Poltergeist.
I don't like that poltergeist.
You said it too. Hit it again. Perhaps one of the most popular terms most of us have heard.
Why do they have exorcisms then, if it's not real?
An exorcism has nothing to do with a ghost, but with a demon. A demon goes into your body and tries to take over your soul, right? A ghost isn't trying to go into a body. They're just trying to appear and do their thing.
Okay, but...
Okay, so then you need an exorcism to get the fucking demon out of you.
Okay, so that means that demons are real. If they actually practiced it.
That doesn't mean demons are real. That means that, like, people who have some deep issues are being egged on by the church, right? I mean, this is one take. You could believe in demons. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like, the problem is when someone's...
In all the movies I've watched, there were real demons.
Yeah, because it's a fucking movie. But, like, what I'm saying is if you're having mental illness problems and there's, like, you know, you truly believe there's a demon in you, you're going to act like there's a demon in you. And, like, yes, there's been plenty of people who've died through exorcisms because, like, of the extreme nature of what an exorcism is. There's also been...
Don't they just throw holy water on you?
No, they do some crazy stuff. They might, like, chain you to a bed and not, like, feed you or give you water for a while, and then you die. Like, that has happened. That kind of shit has happened. But also, exorcisms have helped people who were, like, really believed in the whole thing and, like, had the, you know... I don't know. Okay. I'm just saying that, like, you gotta be careful. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to hate on people's beliefs. You can believe what you want. Whatever helps you. But once religion starts killing people, that's a problem, right? Exorcisms are dangerous, is all I'm saying. And even
do we do them now?
I don't think they're as common as they were back in the day. But, yeah, I'm sure they happen, especially in... like Latin American countries, they happen more often for sure because of the strong Catholic beliefs and stuff. But a true exorcism can't happen without the consent of the Catholic Church. If we're talking about an exorcism,
like from the Pope.
No, like from the diocese or whatever the fuck, or wherever. I don't know. I don't really exactly know, but I know that like some like the Catholic manager, whoever that guy is, he has to okay it. But again, an exorcism, demons, these aren't ghosts. They're the opposite. They're 100% different. So just remember that. Like when we think spirit, if you start thinking demons and exorcisms and possessions, those things aren't exactly the same because like you could say like a demon is from hell, like a hell beast trying to get in your body. A ghost is someone who just appears, right? Who's like trying to say like, Mochi, stop masturbating so much. I'm your grandpa.
So stupid.
Right? Or like, or it's a guy who's like, the fuck off my property. I'm Red Fox. Right? If we're talking about Las Vegas. Or it's just like someone, or it's like an echo of the past replaying itself. That's something people think. That's actually what happened in the High Spirits movie. If you've never seen High Spirits, check it out. I like that movie from the 80s.
I don't have an answer for that.
That was creepy. That was
we didn't even say anything. We didn't even call her.
I said one of the words. Or I said her name. I forgot until right now. Also, it could be like someone who's just like chained to a location. So like the ghost just appears just to be like checking you out or whatever. There's just a lot of reasons to why ghosts are there, like what type of stuff.
All right.
But like orbs, I'm gonna have to say I don't believe in orbs. Okay, so if you believe in orbs, good for you. I don't fucking believe in orbs. So
okay, so do you believe in the things like, for example, in Zach Brannigan's haunted museum?
Oh,
he has the thing. He has
that
the
stuff's
box.
Different.
That's
a Dybbuk box.
Yeah.
So the Dybbuk box isn't like ghost connected. It's basically like, okay, so if I say Dybbuk box, you think ghost? That's not correct. It's more like a cursed box. Okay. Now, why is it cursed? I don't exactly know what the point is. But essentially, they found it in 2003, Portland, Oregon writer and furniture refurnishing business owner Kevin Manis purchased a cabinet from the yard sale of a local attorney and began developing a backstory. According to Manis, the carving in the back of it is my carving. The stone that was in the box is something that is a signature creation of mine also. Make no mistake, I conceived of the Dybbuk box, the name, the term, the idea, and wrote this creative story around it to post on eBay. So, like, it already sounds like bullshit, right? But there's something about this box that's true that's weird. So his auction description included a story claiming the cabinet was previously owned by a survivor of the Holocaust in Poland, right? A lot of dark energy, right? Who said it contained the malicious spirit of a Dybbuk. What's a Dybbuk? A Dybbuk, which is a Jewish thing, right? It's a Jewish malicious possessing spirit believed to be the dislocated soul of a dead person. So, like a revenant, like a dark, evil ghost, essentially. It supposedly leaves the host body once it has accomplished its goal, sometimes after being exorcised. So, yeah, basic kind of like a demon, right? For what we were talking about earlier. So, you're saying that, like, this Manis guy says this box was owned by a Holocaust survivor, and it had a Dybbuk possessing the box. It had paranormal powers and was responsible for his bad luck and nightmares. Subsequent owners retold Manis' story when reselling the item and amplified it with their own claims of strange phenomena. One owner, Jason Haxton, director of the Museum of Osteopathic Medicine in Kirksville, Missouri, launched a website that consolidated claims about the cabinet called DybbukBox.com that reportedly received hundreds of thousands of hits and created what has been described as an internet legend. In 2004, Haxton sold the rights to the story to a Hollywood production company. The subsequent film, The Possession, by Sam Raimi, was made in 2012. So essentially, to what I'm hearing from Wikipedia is that it's just a load of shit. But from other stories I've heard, all the people that have like gotten this box after this guy have had like horrible things happen to them, like pets die and like just terrible luck.
You don't think it was just
but
coincidence?
it could just be all bullshit. That's the thing.
It could have just been all
we don't know.
Coincidence.
But the thing about the Dybbuk
if you
box,
go to this museum, are you okay to touch it? You're
No.
fine? You would do it?
No, because here's the thing, man. It's like I don't know.
You said it was bullshit, so
It's like bullshit, but would I test it? No. I don't need to test it. Do I look like what's his name? That one?
the Scream King?
No, what's the guy? What's the most famous magician of all time?
David Copperfield?
No, not like from
Is
history.
it a David Copperfield?
Like from history.
Oh, Houdini?
Houdini, yeah. Do I look
Oh.
like fucking Houdini? Houdini's actually has a storied history of debunking like seance people and psychics and stuff. You know
So
what
we
I mean?
should get David Copperfield to do it since he's the most famous magician now.
All I'm saying is that like there's a lot of people claiming that if they've come in contact,
If anyone says Chris Angel is, like, you could suck a dick.
nah, he just does weird shit. All I'm saying is I don't want to test the Dybbuk box. I'm scared of the Dybbuk box personally.
Because of
But
the
what
urban
I'm reading
legend.
right now kind of sounds like everyone who is like in the economy of the Dybbuk box was like, hey, just so you know, this is all bullshit. But like, if you want to
Okay,
make
you know what
money,
we should do?
you know what I mean?
What we should do, for real,
Then let's
is
do
like
it.
wrap
You
it
want to
up.
create our own Dybbuk
No,
box?
we should wrap that thing up in an unmarked box and send it to Jeff Bezos
can't-
and have him touch it. And if he starts losing money and Amazon fails, then we know it's real.
If the bad luck, yeah, true.
Because
First
Amazon
of all,
is
I
like
don't
really
think we have
happen-
I don't think we have the authority to even get the fucking Dybbuk box.
We should
like,
talk to
in our
Zach
hands.
Brannigan about doing it.
But
to
the
test it
second
for
that we
real.
touch the Dybbuk box, we could be fucked, man. But anyway, the Dybbuk box isn't even ghost adjacent. It's just like an evil box. Well, I don't know. I guess. I mean, apparently it's full of full of
hauntings
Jewish
and ghosts
demons.
all haunting and ghosts are like, I feel like, are all in one.
All right, so let's quickly talk about types of ghosts, according to like D&D and stuff. Or I don't know if this is D&D really, but a spirit. We know what a spirit is. Do we know what a banshee is?
It's a ghost that is exacting revenge.
It's a lady ghost who's essentially kind of like that, yeah. Said to mourn the death of a family member, and it's like weeping. So when you think
I
like
feel like those
La
are the
Llorona,
scariest.
La
I feel like those are the-
Llorona is a banshee essentially.
You're saying it wrong.
La Llorona, La Llorona.
Llorona.
A mare becomes stronger in the dark and more likely to hunt
You know
when
that
lights are
there's
turned
a
off.
ghost story about that in Orange County where I used to live.
Really?
Yeah, in a city called Yorba Linda. There's this river,
Ooh.
and they say that there is a woman, same thing, that like
La
lost her,
Llorona?
that lost her children, and because they were
Poltergeist.
drowned in the river, and so she haunts a certain specific park in Yorba Linda. And at night, if you go out there, you will see her, and you'll see her crying, and you'll hear her crying
That's so creepy.
for her kids. But it's not like La Llorona where she's gonna haunt you. It's like you'll just
There's
see
just
her.
a ghost chilling by a river.
Yeah, and you'll hear her cries for her children. Is what it is.
Okay. Well, there you go. That's like a banshee to me is basically like a screaming woman ghost who's got like ghostly dressed on and is like,
And
like
then there's this,
was murdered by her husband or some shit. You know what I mean?
and there's also a
Hella
scary
scary.
story about like there's this one hill in Long Beach or something, like if you put powder on the windows or something, the kids that were murdered there will like carry you up and you'll see their handprints.
That's pretty cool. That feels like a secret.
Yeah, but I forget where it is. But do you have anything like that here in Vegas? You don't have
What?
any scary like ghost stories?
Oh,
Like if you
there's
go
some stuff.
if you go to a certain place, you'll
I mean, yeah, there's stuff like in Nevada. There's this one hotel that's like there's a lady in red that will appear.
Ooh.
Apparently, that like was like maybe a prostitute or something that was murdered. There's a playground here in Vegas that's apparently haunted. There's a haunted tour they do around actually probably now times, that takes you to the or I say playground, but it's what's the word I'm looking for? Park. It's a park, but it has a playground in it. You know what I mean? And it's apparently haunted. Also, Red Fox used to live here, and he died on his property. and they say his property's haunted. We've actually talked about this on like I think the very first episode we ever did. Tend to Talk episode 0. I think I brought that up.
Episode 0 we did in the 90s. I think.
No, remember Tend to Talk? We all had our own sections, and I did Haunted Vegas.
Yeah, true.
So I talked about like there's also like Elvis's ghost apparently appears down Tropicana or something like that, or on the Strip, or at the now like I think it's called the Las Vegas Hotel, but it was the oh my God, what was that one chick that everyone hates? The one that's famous and rich.
There's a lot of chicks that everyone hates.
Paris Hilton, the Hilton. Remember the Hilton? It's not the Hilton anymore. It's like Westgate. I thought it was like the Las Vegas Hotel.
It was the Las Vegas Hotel
now
after,
it's
but now it's called the Westgate. Yeah.
Anyway, that one's apparently haunted with like the ghost of Elvis. There's also like a lot of the casinos here in Vegas are haunted, including I think Circus because people have like committed suicide there. So there's a lot. There's a lot here. I didn't want to focus on that because that was like all I focused on like multiple episodes of our podcasts. But yeah, no, I mean also Nevada. Fun little side note is has all of the states in the United States, we have the most ghost towns. So it's in the fucking name, Ghost Town. All right. Anyway, apparently a phantom, according to Spectre.fandom.com, a phantom is a ghost that can possess the living.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
That at all.
So that's like in the movie Ghost, like when Patrick Swayze takes over, what's her name? Whoopi Goldberg, and like basically fucks Meg Ryan. Or no, it's not Meg Ryan. What's her name?
Demi Moore.
Excuse me, Demi Moore.
The fuck?
But I don't know how he fucks her like without a
I think
penis.
it was a spiritual thing.
Like spirit penis. Fuck.
Anyways,
A revenant are violent ghosts. They will attack any nearby target. And they're kind of almost like zombies, but like really powerful undead. A shade are shy ghosts.
That would be me. I'm a shy
so
ghost.
You'd be like, do you see me in the corner?
Yeah, I'd be that. I'd be that. I wouldn't be.
I'd
be a shy ghost.
There's like one more.
I would be a shy ghost. I would be
then,
the ghost that would be laying down on the couch watching TV.
And then finally, the last
Changing
one.
Changing your TV channels. I want to watch what I want to watch.
I'm gonna switch it to MTV.
That's what I would do. If you know,
it's gotta
if
be
your
on
house
the CW. I need to switch it to CW.
If your house always switch to like a
Poltergeist
TV show or a reality show, that's me. I'm haunting you.
The last one is, I need one more beer for this, please. One that I haven't drank. Poltergeist. Yay, we finally got to it. And the great thing about that, hit the bell, please. Poltergeists are basically ghosts that can manipulate reality, right? So they're the most physical ones. Like a ghost, what you think of as a ghost, it'll appear and be scary, but they're not gonna touch you. They're not gonna fuck with your electricity. They're not gonna take stuff and toss it across the room. Like when you watch.
But you say poltergeists aren't real.
Hit the bell. I didn't say that. I'm gonna take 3 sips there. They're basically like, what's the Paranormal Activity?
That wasn't real. That movie wasn't real.
No, but I'm just saying for like, to put it into, like to quantify what you can picture. Like when you think of a ghost opening drawers in your kitchen, right? Or throwing stuff across the room, or moving chairs.
So would the ghost...
That's what a poltergeist is.
So would Nigel be a poltergeist?
Hit the bell. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Because a ghost, like just a ghost or a spirit or whatever, wouldn't be able to do that stuff.
I'm going to tell him that you said he was that.
Man, that motherfucker is not even here.
When I go to work.
Are you going to try to summon him?
No, I'm going to just talk out loud.
No, what? Sure. The other thing that's interesting about poltergeists, Belle, is that they typically show up during puberty for. So like, if someone in your house is going through puberty,
No one's going to puberty at work.
I'm just trying to explain to you through history what always happens. If someone's going through puberty, a poltergeist will show up. One more
Okay, cousins, you better beware.
bell. One more bell.
You better beware because
Yeah. You dude, your Legos and your shit's about to go flying across the house.
you better beware, cousins, because we have one going through puberty there.
Also, we need to watch the movie.
Or no, it's already
Poltergeist.
past. It's already past puberty.
Well, maybe you're okay.
So maybe you guys are fine, but look back at the times and see if there has been weird shit happening around you guys.
But there's what is it? Freeling. Anyway, look, The Conjuring 2 is based on like a true story. That's what I'm referring to. It's from like England, and it was like this girl going through puberty. It was like the lightning rod for all the paranormal activity that was happening. And like a lot of times the ghost was being channeled through her own voice and sounding like a man, and it was like really scary, and it's really crazy shit. But just if you want to know what I'm talking about, look up The Conjuring 2 true story, or like Google it, and I'll just look it up really quick. Based on true story. Which is something.
I have to pee.
The Enfield poltergeist. Bing. I gotta take a sip. But yeah, Enfield haunting. Look that up. It's the real story of what happened that influenced that film. But it's like the most, like it's the one story that's based in reality. Like, believe it or not, it could have been like this kid was just fucking with everyone. But it defines what a poltergeist is. Ding. So that's 2 sips. Let's go. And that's Ghosts, man. I did name a couple movies here. If you haven't seen any of the Conjuring films, just watch them. Conjuring 3 was dumb. First 2 are good. They're kind of loosely based on like real life events, but Conjuring 2 is, again, it's based on the Enfield haunting, which is like one of the scariest true life events. Also, make sure to watch the other thing I said. Oh, High Spirits. Watch High Spirits. That's a really fun movie that kind of shows like another concept of what a ghost is, which is like, you know, a point in time in reality that's just sort of on loop.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like someone was murdered, and so like every night at a certain time of night, they're murdered again and again and again forever. And I just find that really interesting and a good time. So anyway, I think we're ready to finish this episode off. We're getting to that hour and a half mark. That's where we normally end. What's our next little section?
Next little section, real quick, is just 25-cent advice, which is advice that we give that is worth more than 25 cents, but we give it to you for free. So
it's worth at least a quarter.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
You owe 2 drinks.
I drank twice.
2 when you showed back up. I'll do 2 more sips. So anyway, I hope you guys are sort of creeped out. If you have any ghost stories, send them out to, why don't you email us, oddvalleypodcast@gmail.com. You know, even if this isn't even October and you send your ghost story, I'll read it.
Yeah,
I'll fucking read it. So send your scary story, oddvalleypodcast@gmail.com. Or you can even tweet us at oddvalleypod on Twitter.
Okay, so 25-cent advice. Mine's is don't be daring. Don't get haunted, because ghosts will attach themselves to you. So don't do weird shit, okay? That's all.
That's all I got?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my 25-cent advice is, you know, don't be, if you see some sort of spirit, don't be afraid, unless it's a shadow person. If it's a shadow person, you're fucked. Be afraid.
Yeah.
But if it's just a ghost, they're cool. What's a
Alright.
shadow person, you ask? That's like
That's something for another
literally
time.
if
Found on the web.
Clip.
don't ask.
.com.
She's no Echo stop.
See, she's just talking, and we're not even calling her.
A shadow person is like if a person was made out of shadow, like blackness, and also has a top hat. So like if you see that
Jacob's
shit,
haunted.
run. But anyway,
All right, so
if it's just
we're-
a spirit, it's probably not gonna hurt you. That's all
so
I'm
we're
trying
gonna
to say.
do our coup de grace shot.
Yeah, give me your shot glass.
Jacob's gonna pour it. Coup de grace is our
Oh, the cat's in
call
here.
out, which is live, laugh, love, drink, and have fun, which is pretty basic.
Oh,
but
you
we
threw
do-
in a little extra there.
Yeah, which is pretty basic, but we still love it. And we have that because of our dear friend Kevin, who started this podcast with us. And we do that in honor of him.
Yeah,
because
hopefully you're gonna see Kevin this weekend.
we're seeing Kevin this weekend because
It's up to him. Is he gonna show up or not?
he is, because I made reservations, and if he cancels, I get charged $5 per person.
Per person. Yeah,
I
you're right.
fucking
Fine.
texted that, so this motherfucker is gonna show up.
All right. So what we'll do
Okay,
is
because I had to put my credit card down. So shut
I'll-
the fuck up.
what I'll do is I'm gonna record a video of Kevin addressing the Odd Valley fans,
Yeah.
and then we'll play it on the
See,
next
so
episode.
yeah, so this
So, there you
Sunday we are gonna see Kevin.
Whatever
and
he has to
his-
say, you're gonna
and
see it next
the
week.
Studio Ferry, because we're gonna do
Yeah.
we're gonna go to Sand Dollar Lounge, and Sand Dollar Lounge is like this dive bar, but they do themes. So this October they're doing, it's a spooky theme, so everything in there will be spooky, and the
Or
drinks.
maybe we can do like a walkthrough video and show
the-
it.
I will, and the
Yeah,
theme is
be great.
and all the drinks will be horror themed. So
Ooh.
I'm pretty
wait,
excited.
So I can get a cocktail that's like cobweb.
there's a
thing.
menu. I can show you.
Fucking.
There's
Can I get a
like
cobweb
Vlad's-
old fashioned?
There's like a Vlad's something and
Oh, I can get a blood cocktail.
yeah, it's like weird.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm down.
So
Will it impale me
I don't
into
know
my butthole?
if you want it impaled in your butthole. I mean, I guess Jacob just showed his cards here that he wants stuff up his butthole.
Impale me, Vlad.
I mean, hey, I'll stick a finger up your butthole.
Okay. Don't do that. Get that out of here. Oh, see, look at how nice those nails are. They're kind of. There's some weird effect happening there. Okay, I'm gonna start playing the outro music.
Yes. Okay, we love you. Thank you for always listening and putting up with our drunk asses. And I hope you enjoyed yourself. So yeah,
You know, we really got into it this time about ghosts. It was a good time.
We
I hope
did.
you were there with us, and I hope you send in your haunted, scary stories.
Yes. All
Even
right.
if it's years later.
Here we go. Coup de grace.
Coup de grace. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you next week to get spooky again.
Ugh.
You're not even trying to say something at the end.
I did. Bye.
All right, guys. Peace out.